this is not a joke. Literally, people say out there that we inherit money and that's, how we are where we're at.
In 2008, comparing to 2022, not to get too much into real estate, but it's completely different. But I think the idea of a change and the idea of an evolution to another part of what we're going to head to is the same.
We've seen several winters, but we've seen several springs too.
Welcome again to 2023. I got an accent, so what? As you can see, we have more people, more guests, and I'm going to introduce this beautiful, good-looking, handsome, and beautiful beauty that I have next to me. Again, this is Gea Gomez with I Got an Accent, so what? Can't wait, we were missing you guys and sharing, our hearts and everything, but we're back, different format, different whole entire revamping things, because this year we want to make it about entrepreneurship, right? And I have my partner, husband, not crime, partner, but in everything in life, Mr. Gomez. And right here on my left side, these are our partner, family, brother, sister. We have Yuri Gomez over there, the handsome rebel one.
Yeah, I say different.
Yeah, he wanted to stand out always. Seems like he was the trouble child. This beautiful queen is Yanira Suarez.
Hi.
Besides being our partner, you guys know already, Jeremy. Besides being our partner, they're also our brother-in-law, sister, married in the business themselves, also collaborating. I mean, we are talking about not commingling, because Jeremy says it's the wrong word, mingling everything together. Arroz con mango, how we said it in Cuba.
Wrong?
He said that's a term.
Commingling is a real
title.
estate term for taking your client's money and mixing it with your
It is
On,
commingling.
on escrow accounts, commingling is bad. On family, not so much.
So mingling everything together. But for those that, we're introducing them because I want you guys to see our thematic, even though we're always working together and always, creating an empire of Gea Property for you that have not heard about us. But Gea Property is an empire that we built 16 years ago together with our mentors. It was our baby, and we took it to 160 agents in Central Florida, 5 location, having mortgage, having title at one point, having everything, having a freaking custom-made builder by them. They have Queen Home, so follow them. If you guys want to talk about exploding or amplifying your vision, these people have it all. Everything that you can think of, including their reality show, Yanira. The star, the co-star. Secretly, I tell people that Yuri exploit her, but it's okay. She loves to be exploited.
He does, by the way.
He worked her ass off, but listen. But he also keep her that beautiful and that expensive.
Yes, he does.
But we've been working together for 16 years, and actually we wanted to talk, and a lot of people talked to us. Not only before was how me and Jeremy were able to not only be in business together, but also being married. But I wanted to even amplify more, guys. What about our marriage and bringing family married into an empire? So a lot of people want to know how you guys doing. A lot of people think that we're crazy, which we are. We are. Talking about stepping every role, what not to do or what not to do in family and communication. And yes, we fight. For those of you that are always wondering, yes. Do we fight, guys?
I think, I don't know. I think it's...
Yes.
Janet is always the politically correct one.
No, what I was going to say is like every family fight, right?
Yeah.
So I think that in our case, it's more of, I think that if business was not part of it, we wouldn't have that many fights. I think we fight a lot because these are 4 strong people growing together. And I think that growth always have pain.
Absolutely.
And if you're not if nothing is happening, you're not growing.
Mm-hmm.
So I take every challenge that we go through like, okay, so what is the next step that we need to take? Where are we going? So I don't feel like, oh my God, we fight we fight because we want to grow, and that's the way it should be. We have different thoughts, different point of views, and none of us can say that anyone feels step on. We're all like, I'm here.
We all
So
step
let's-
on each other. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
not only that we fight. I think the main thing is because we do care, and
Yeah.
we do care of
Yes.
what we create.
Yes.
So when you creating something that matters to you, obviously different background check.
Yeah.
Not to mention culture.
Exactly.
We talk about the Peruvian gang over here with the Caribbeans. Okay?
Yeah.
Puerto Rico and Cuba. So yes, which I promise you guys, the boys are gonna talk. They're like in
If we
there.
allow them to.
2023, it's a year that for us, it's gonna be. It is a year with a lot of changes, a lot of stretching, a lot of growth, and all that is uncomfortable. What you said, Yuri. How has been this 16 years, and how have you seen us growing as individuals, obviously for different leaders, but what's special that you see in this coming 2023?
Ay, ay, ay.
Wow, two questions there. First of all, I have something to clarify that is very, very serious here. I know the name of the program, but I don't have an accent. as you
Oh,
guys can hear,
please.
okay? Wanted to clarify that first of all, all right?
Just asking what month goes after August.
I don't have an accent, so what? Uh-huh.
No, he misspelled everything that is different.
Well, that is a little different, yes. But no, I mean, 2023, well, you ask about the last 16 years. Obviously, it's been a lot of growth. I was talking to Jeremy, and we have an hour and a half episode. I think the main thing is, and the difference is trust. For us to be able to work, although we don't agree all the time, we know that we, at the end of the day, have the best thing on our hearts for each other. And I think that 2023, God has positioned us with the favor that He has given us to break other ceilings. That I think it's amazing that He's doing that at this time, which is not a time of abundance. When it's a time where a lot of people are getting out of the business, He is giving us, abundance of options and opportunities. So I think that's what I see. Is the difference on 2023 and how we're going to be navigating the four of us, the new crazy markets.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. We've done this before. 2008.
Yeah.
We got into business in 2006, and we thought we were going to be millionaires
Yeah.
like in 3 months. Yes or no, guys?
We thought.
Jeremy,
Yeah, we thought.
you were the
This
first.
is-
Jeremy, by the way, was the first realtor in our office.
I was.
Yeah. We were,
Nice.
the three of us got into mortgage. So as you guys seen all the stories or recapitulation, and I'm sorry, I'm skipping step, but you're going to see that on Jeremy's episode. But Yuri was in entrepreneurship, more in the retail side of it, in the telecommunication, which is a whole different ball game. Then all of a sudden we got into real estate, mortgage, and we joined forces thinking that in 2006, I mean, people were making crazy amount of money, right? And what happened?
Yeah, it's perfect.
No, but what happened?
Oh, what happened?
He's
Well, in 2006.
asking you
Oh,
what actually
they said, like,
happened.
why are you looking at me that way? Yeah, 2006. In 2008, comparing to 2022, not to get too much into real estate, but it's completely different. But I think the idea of a change and the idea of an evolution to another part of what we're gonna head to is the same. Is basically, as all the herd was moving into one way, which I like to call the 2022 version, is the drive-through real estate, where like literally people just jumped into this business because they said it's easy money, everybody's making money, 27 offers on a property. And then now that the hype is gone, which probably happened in June, July, coming August of 2022, and now it's really like people are actually saying, okay, I got this license. I actually really have to work. I have to actually make calls. I have to actually knock on doors. I have to actually go meet some people. That's not what I signed up for. And that's the exit that's going to come for us. So In 2008, it was actually a complete crash of the market, straight into the housing industry, which was completely different. Like literally, we were the cause of the crash.
Yeah, literally.
But the good news is that we actually did make it through. We stuck through it. We didn't, change. We tried to evolutionize a couple of things, just like we're doing now. And for us, this is another shift of the market that's a breeze for us. I think it's, we're not too new to it. And for those who are listening, who were in 2008 can probably relate to this, but those who weren't in 2008, there's actually more opportunity in this market than there was in 2008. And we have all the haters in TikTok, I think, saying, I was talking about this a couple of weeks ago, and actually it was in the gala, and there was a reel about it. And he goes, bro, you're wrong, because I said that, rates can be 20%. It doesn't matter. We were still going to be successful because there's still a need for housing. There's still a need for investment. There's still a need to build a real estate portfolio. So for us, that's really, at the end of the day, what we want to do, going back to basics, taking our teams and our company into this new season of 2023 of where we're going to really see, who really belongs in this business or not.
They said that you were wrong, really?
Oh, yeah. He said
they needed to hear the 10 minutes.
I remember closing deals back then at 19% interest rate.
Yep, hard mortgage and everything.
Yeah, so it the market adjusts every 10 years, and when you've been in the business for as long as we have, you experience that, and that gives you the expertise now to be able to talk like our broker, right? To be able to say, listen, this is not the end of the world, but it will clean up the market for sure. One of the things that I love from the four of us is that we have always thrived whenever everything seems to be so hard and tough and horrible for everybody else. I remember when we opened the first office together, and we did the most amazing grand opening that nobody had ever done, where we put all the Chamber of Commerces together.
2009.
Yeah, we had over 400 people, and I remember it was in a time where everybody was saying, "Oh my God, are you guys for real opening real estate?" I remember people asking me, "What do you do for a living?" Yeah, I'm a realtor, and I'm so sorry. And we were like, "We are not. We're gonna make this happen."
No, we had an
no
amazing
matter
run-up.
what.
It was 400 people. I remember it was in Osceola Parkway for those who are local to Florida, Central Florida. And we
was
brought
150 degrees.
150
It was
degrees
burning.
Anybody in
August.
the red ribbon cutting.
In August, and we had, I think, it was 2009 where social media was just technically starting to catch on, right? And we brought in through social media over 400 people, which was insane, and people were wondering how we did that and how many people, how did we get through. And I remember saying it. I was like, who came here because of Facebook or whatever? And people raised their hand. And
most of the people came out of that invitation.
It was an amazing feeling to understand. And to this day, that type of result or that type of event we currently do today, times 10. Because that's just the way that we've been able to market to our industry and market to
something that the two of you came up with, that to this day, and I don't know how many years still it's been already, like maybe 10 years, right?
Which two are you talking about?
You two.
Us two. Okay.
Yeah, that talking about the things that we have always done together out of the box, and that definitely separate us from many other companies. You guys came up with the most amazing idea of doing this fashion show that has nothing to do with real estate, by the way. And Rendezvous, right?
Rendezvous.
And still to this day, people talk about that event.
I can't imagine how we pull that through.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. I actually would love for you to say a little bit of it, because I remember that it was out of tears that you guys made that such an event in Dr. Phillips that has never been done like that, neither before or after. And that was spectacular.
What a lot of people don't know in that event, actually, it's funny because we see things that happen to us, but when we talk about it in a format like that, that you're reliving it, you start putting pieces together. And if you see all those ballsy moves that we did, kind of was like an adrenaline junkies, like we like to let's put all the let's do it. We don't have nothing to lose. Like kind of like being in blackjack. Let's
What's
put it all
impossible
in.
to do?
Let's do it. Let's do that.
But Rendezvous was that. I think, the business, and to even put it out there, I got 3 designers, 3 women that they did the whole entire. I'm like, let's do a lingerie. I know we were trying to leave. The market was kind of like lifting a little bit up. It was a little optimistic, but people were a little afraid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how can we put our name? And I remember telling Jeremy, we need to put our name in our brand, that if you decide to sell a bottle of water that says Jeremy Gomez, JG signature, everybody knows who you are.
Right.
And we came up with that idea. Not to mention, guys, we were in the middle of freaking losing everything. Our $2.5 million house, bankrupt. It was a pure faith, ballsy move, and we put it all on the line. Let me tell you, for those of you that are afraid, when you put everything on the line is when you perform the best, because you don't have plan B.
Yeah.
And I feel like in every growing moment of our career is when we put on that spot. When the last one, when we lost, you guys lost your father, that we felt so disoriented, we push even harder. When the market was so stale that we're like, we don't know what to do. I remember Yuri and Yanira were going to leave the market, and Yuri was going to do marketing, and Yanira was going to do taxes.
Can you see me as a tax person?
She was like, forget
I
it.
can't believe I even thought about that.
I remember I told Jeremy, how about, because all freaking realtors, all they have is all freaking dingling, all pictures.
Yeah.
If you do a fresh, modern photo shoot, just you, let's do that. Jeremy went to Tampa. He did it. I'm like, guys, like this, Jeremy, we should do it, the 4 of us.
We should put
And
those
I
in.
remember Yuri Janita, a month or 2 months later,
Yeah.
they did a photo shoot, you two.
Of course.
And that's when everything,
everything changed.
I think even though we're so different, and I think that's the forte of our strength, that we're so different with different mindset, but in key moments, one of us are being there for each other when we needed that push, that of certainty. And that is super valuable. But I do remember Rendezvous. I do remember going from Casa Latino.
Yeah.
Rendezvous was 2011. If you guys can tell.
2011.
Going on 12 years ago.
Then from there, moving from Kissimmee, so we had this big brokerage of cater only to Hispanic.
Yeah.
And we came up with, we need to create something for the 4 of us. G World Properties. Guess what? We didn't go safe. We moved to the freaking most mother effing expensive place in Dr. Phillips and opened a damn freaking office. You guys remember that? It was like 400 square feet.
Not only that, but you have to tell people how the G World, the name, how did that come up? So yes, we were catering. We love obviously our Latino community, and that's how we started. But we're always looking for more, right? We're always thriving to grow. So it was a time to make the movement. We were gonna move. We wanted to change the market. We wanted to move somewhere else. But we needed to change the name because we can't just be Casa Latino. It's a long name, first of all.
Very Hispanic.
Very Hispanic. So, all our American beautiful friends were like, Casa Latino. So we were like, no, we need to change that. So we met all together. And actually, Gea came up with, we're the Gomez, but we don't want another Hispanic name. So we looked at the definition of G. And what was the result of that?
Well, the G in the alphabet, because a lot of people think that G World Properties come from Gomez. Actually, no, it was just the G not only represent God, but it's the number 7 in the alphabet. But it also, in numerology, says that not only is 7 that is perfection, but that everybody that has a G in their name, which is Gomez, but on their first name, which means Gia.
I was just waiting for that one.
They thrive with a strong creativity where that individual, those group of people do not see things with the same light as the rest of the world.
Yep.
But we're like at odd creatures.
Yeah.
And we're like, what about if we said G, world, that belongs, but then we put the apostrophe that we still it's not correctly, it's not politically correct, or
Yeah.
you know, I'm
Or-
sure,
or grammatically
I'm sure the La Cadena Española of Spain must be like torturing us. But let's put
It's a logo.
let's
Yeah.
put the little acento to tell people
Exit market.
that we're Hispanic
Yeah.
and we're here to make a
Right.
difference.
And
And
you know the logo's right here
Where is it?
on the screen.
Oh.
Right here. You look at it.
They're gonna put it in.
So it's going to be right here. It's going to be right here.
these people. But within all that, seeing us, all this changes, all this, you know, hurdles that we have jumped, you know, I do not regret it, because the amount of knowledge and confidence that the four of us have acquired, nobody can tell us anything in the sense, oh, you guys have it so easy. Oh,
please.
Yanira, you with your Rolls
Or that
Royce.
we
You
inherit-
with your Rolls Royce.
That we inherit the money. I still want to know who did we inherit from.
And where is the money?
Yeah, I don't know where is the money, but
It's out there.
you're bringing me so many amazing memories of what our trajectory has been as a family and in business. I'm sure you maybe don't remember this, but
What?
when we got the office,
Which office?
the first one that we got in Dr. Phillips,
Oh,
Uh-huh.
the
But it
one
was
with
what,
the
like-
stairs.
it was like 400.
It was like
Feet
800
or- I
square
mean, it was
feet.
very
It was
little.
tiny.
It was tiny little.
1,200. It was like 1,200.
I don't know. Jeremy thinks
No,
it's
I don't
bigger.
think que llegaba 1,000 square feet.
But the
That's
thing
the one in the
is,
middle, you know.
the thing is, and maybe you guys don't remember this, but that office, Gia and I were the ones that painted the entire
wall.
office because you guys were still working
On
in
Casa
Casa Latino in Kissimmee. So literally, Gia and I painted everything in the office. You remember that?
One day.
Oh my God!
They're
I said,
gonna
I'm gonna pay
appreciate-
somebody to do
She
this
said,
shit.
one day they're gonna appreciate, and hopefully they notice this sacrifice that we do it. And I'm like,
This
and I'm
women.
thinking, I remember even the furniture, everything in the whole entire
We
office.
did
It was
everything.
from the houses that we
Yeah,
were losing, and I
yeah.
have no shame to say that. But that made us who we are today. We gained everything back. And
I put my
more.
living room in there.
I remember.
Francis had plans.
So that's that, but that tells you, you know, so much about what we have worked for
And what we
and
had
why
to do.
are we here now. I think a lot of people, and this is not a joke, literally people say out there that we inherit money and that's, you know, how we are where we're at. And somebody actually today told Yuri and I, oh my God, Yuri, I didn't know if I could speak with you because you're always so serious and everybody's so afraid of you.
Serious, me?
And Yuri was like, what do you mean? Every time I've seen you, I smile at you and I say hi. And then she goes, and oh my God, I really wanted to meet you because I thought, you know, like everybody says that you're a biatch. And I'm
What's
like,
that?
You can curse here. This is uncensored.
okay, so this is not PG-13. So literally, she said that everybody thinks I'm a bitch. So
Oh,
I
you
was,
or
yeah,
Yuri?
that I am.
Oh, I was
that
gonna say, because
he's-
Yuri's definitely your bitch.
Oh my God. And I was like, but why would you think that if you didn't know me? And she's like, you know, you're right. I think people go by because you have roles or because you know, dress however you dress. I'm loud. Yes, I'm always loud. I've always been loud, even when I had no money whatsoever. That's just how I am. But, you know, what matters, it's what the intentions of your heart are.
Absolutely.
And when I look back and I see what the four of us has gone through, we have lost everything. We lost our houses. The four of us were bankrupt. One day I came out to take my daughter to school and I had no car. So my car was repo. And she has a similar story.
yes, I have a similar story.
And so stupid of me, I was walking front and back of the office because I thought maybe I don't remember where I parked. But I hadn't paid my card in 8 months. So that's how difficult and how deep we were into what the market crash was. But we never gave up.
The producer sent us a text, by the way, because of this format, we cannot be having so many people.
Shit.
She sent me and she said, what did you guys learn with the step back that you had to make?
We've done it several times. Not to say that we're all that. We just had to.
No option.
We had no option. Like Grant Cardone says, when you burn the ships, you have no other way that you gotta take the beach. Beach, not bitch.
No, bitch, beach.
Like I said, I have no accent. So, what we learn is that no matter how dark things seem sometimes, there's always a blessing. There's always a spring after the winter. And we've seen several winters, but we've seen several springs too. So, so we've learned to trust in the favor of God to pull us through that.
Yeah.
To go back to the basics and to really work our asses off to get off that. And we know that if we do that, we will succeed again, no matter what the market is.
Jeremy?
The setbacks have defined definitely many new characteristics of our business sense, and created new skills, new talents, and there's definitely no regrets in them because they have built a great business sense of what can be done. Like right now, and as we're in 2023 right now, this doesn't feel too different of the same focus of just there has to be that focus to continue pushing through.
Yeah.
And but that was what 2008. So
Yeah.
that was 14 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Going on 15 years ago. Actually 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Basically 15 years ago, Jeremy, Gea, Yanira, and Yuri were completely different people. But now we're, older. Not too much older.
I'm not
Mature.
older.
Mature.
Speak about
Wiser.
yourself. We're wiser.
And it definitely brings a new light to understand that, looking back at the struggles of that time and the struggles of this time are completely different, but the focus is still the same. Push through, find the solution, find the avenue to get you to the final destination. That's what it is.
I love it because I still have this picture in my mind, guys. And again, what I wanted the audience to see, yes, everything looks pretty and beautiful, the colors and all that, but the struggles and the mark are there. Our backs are full of holes, are full of, knife to our throat, to everything that we have done. But I still have the same image, and I don't know why. I just felt it right now. And it was us going into a meeting or going to another step. So like there's a curtain and I'm telling you, okay, guys, we're doing this again. What's in the other side? Yeah. We don't know what it is, but we have the four of us. And I still feel it's being like this setting that I remember telling you and you telling me, yeah, everything is going to be okay. I still remember you many things, meetings that we did in Miami. Everything's going to be okay. God is amazing. And I'm like, yes, yes, yes. And that cannot be purchased. That cannot be bought. That is pure favor of God in our lives. Yes. That we have paid the price. Absolutely. Like Jeremy said, no regrets. No, because if not, it would have been such a boring life. And even the tears, because I know the four of us have had many tears. Even in our trips.
I know.
Drunk out of our asses.
Oh my God.
But it's been the most vulnerable moment that we were able to show who we are, the intention, and at the end of the day, being able to say, let's do it. And I don't think we've ever experienced that with nobody else that is willing to feel the same pain, the stretching, and the torturing of life, but together with you guys. And that has no price.
Yes.
And I wanted to share with you guys that because it's very special. They're a big part of me and Jeremy, our success, our personal growth. These are people that we look up to them because obviously not because they're younger than us.
Clarify that, Gia, please.
But they're also the godparents of the most important thing in my life, with are my children. I remember, building businesses with them, but I remember sitting down with them, picking up my children's name with them, which is something so important to me and Jeremy. So intimate. I mean, with Gianfranco, we knew exactly that is the name. Like so bad that, by the way, and with my first child, I was hating Yuri so much because I don't know why.
People hate me. I don't know.
Like, he was so
To know me
freaking
is to love me.
unapologetic, fucking rude. I was pregnant, and to be quite honest, if you see my son and him, they're very identical.
The color
they-
and everything of the
Bueno que te
skin.
pase.
They said that when you're pregnant and you get it with one person, your son is gonna come out like that. So they used to be our neighbor, and I will go every freaking Saturday, knock on the door, and they'll make me breakfast. And I abused that so bad just to get onto him.
Yes, you did.
He'll make me pancakes. Like what I like, he love avocado, corn, cheese, everything.
They still fight to this day about food.
But I remember the day we picked that name for Gianfranco. Yeah. I also remember how they saw us crying, me fighting to have a little girl, and finally having our arroz. Where me and Jeremy thought we picked the name and we picked the second and last name. Like, are you guys insane? They made us change the name. They were right.
We were right, by the way.
She's like, Ari, nobody's going to be able to say that. I mean, okay, what about if I put in a Aria? Okay, much better. Now we're somewhere. And that's something that, and I always say, and my producer always say, if today was meant just for that, I can die tomorrow. It's like, you overuse that so much. But just having those experiences with somebody as imperfect as we are, because I always want to put that out there, because I want people to know that we're human.
Yeah.
And just because you have a partner, somebody next to you that is not so perfect in your eyes, sometimes you have to put your pride aside and see what is that person bringing to your table to you, how much they care for you, because it's worth fighting for, you know? And I don't know. I mean, it's been an amazing journey that I will never like regret changing it, because you guys being the biggest teacher in our life.
I think that you see it that way. I see it that we both have taught each other so much. Everybody knows Yuri and I have been together for 16 years, I think.
It feels like 6 months, mi amor.
That's a freaking lie. Me estás bien maltratadita.
se ganó ahí 5 estrellas. But obviously we come from other marriages, right? And we have lived a whole different picture of keeping our family together and fighting for what we have. And even though, yes, we're older and maybe we have taught you guys a lot of things because of having experience, you guys have taught us what it is to fight for that purity of the marriage that you guys have, and how to be to each other that support system no matter what. So I think that we teach each other constantly different things from the different experiences that we live every day. And bringing that to real estate, I want to say, I think that human side of us and going through so many things together reflects to how we are with our agents. And that's the reason I feel super proud to say that we have people that have been with us 11 years, 8 years, 6, 7 years. I think not all brokerages can say that. And I think it has a lot to do because the way that people see that we are, that's how we are with our agents. And we care and love them the same way. And we want to see them grow. Succeed the same way that we had. Difference is that we didn't have help from anybody. The 4 of us were out there, in the woods making it happen. Now we can be somehow a vehicle for those people that don't have anybody to lead them through the tough market, through this or that or the other. And I think that's what people are gonna get to experience in 2023. Yeah, the next level of G World. That I'm super excited.
Yeah. I agree. Mr. Jury?
I think that, agents feel when the leadership, it's, what's the word that I'm trying to use here? It's confident. And confidence comes from practice and really having lived through it. There's amazing brokers out there. We're not the only brokerage, but, there's great companies out there. There's also, brokers that maybe started 3 years ago, 5 years ago, and haven't gone through this. And it's gotta be a scary place because I tell you, I mean, if I didn't know what was happening in the market right now and we hadn't had survived 2-3 bad markets, I have the responsibility to also lead other people to the promised land. You know, in order for you to lead, you need to know where you're going and what's your goal. If you don't know how to get there and where you're going, it's a very scary place. You know, I think that we see on our experienced agents and also in our newer agents that they see our confidence and they see that we have the peace that we know how to navigate these markets, and we're already doing it, and we're making changes, we're making new partnerships, we're about to you know, start another adventure with G World that hopefully, you know, people will know in the next 2 to 3 weeks, that I think are gonna empower us to grow even more, and to help our people even more. Both clients as well as, you know, our number one clients, which I think are our agents.
Yep.
You know, the people that work under us. And I think that's totally needed in a brokerage. We interview people all the time, and it's amazing to hear that they come and say, listen, you know, I can't find my broker. I'm asking, what are we doing different? I see that my cousin is getting out of the business. I see, you know, this company is going out of business, and they're not hearing anything.
Yeah.
They're not seeing a true pattern of a direction, how to get to the promised land, how to, you know, navigate the next 3, 6, 8, 9 months to get to the other side of 2023. So, you know, I think that's definitely super important, and that's where we are right now. But we also have, I think, the responsibility to continue to grow even more and find even bigger mentors to get to the next stage as well. So everything, I think, it's on stages and levels. As we continue to grow, like Jeremy was saying, we're not the same people. And that's something also that I want to say is that, you know, you see us and you're hearing that we went through these things. We spent a lot of money on mentorship. We spent a lot of money on training. We spent a lot of money, consulting with people that have done 100 times what we've done. And a lot of times, unfortunately, there's a lot of agents that don't want to spend that money, and you stay in the same place and you plateau and you don't know what you don't know. So I think that is, you know, something super important for us, to continue to grow and to find bigger, better stages and mentors.
And for those that are listening, I want to finish with that, especially because I know we have trigger many curiosity for those people that are listening. What is the agent that G World it's looking into mentor, or what is that agent that G World looks up to bring to that vision?
That is a big question.
So, and then just putting in perspective, not just G World, I guess you could probably generalize and say, who do we want to have working alongside of us and partnering with us?
Love that.
And to put that in perspective for whoever's listening as a business owner that wants to, put that in the same perspective, I think it's just somebody who's definitely coachable, definitely someone who is hungry enough to make sacrifices that most people won't make sacrifices. And last but not least, who is focused on their goals and wants to see them through. Okay, without any excuse, without any, distraction, and ready to just basically roll up your sleeves and make these things happen. You know what I mean? But coachable and focusing on your goals and hungry are very important things. We don't want anybody that wants things that are very, very quick, microwavable results, like I call them sometimes. Because that doesn't get you anywhere. If you're looking for easy money, I don't know what to tell you. Because
I do, but I cannot say.
Yeah.
I thought of something.
OnlyFans?
Sell some toe pictures.
Feet finder. But or just try to go to Vegas and take your shot. You're probably gonna be even luckier. But everything that's gonna come, that is gonna be worthwhile, is gonna last you a very long time, is gonna take hard work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a very, very important. So I don't really, if I talk to somebody that says, listen, I need to make money as soon as possible, it's probably not somebody that really, really would entail to come in and work with us, because they're gonna fail, and they're going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
And most people who are disappointed in themselves, or disappointed at the company or the people who are guiding them, is really not the right place you're pointing at. You got to be disappointed at yourself, because you're the one who has to put in the work.
Mm-hmm.
So again, things take time. The great things take time, and your final destination is, you have to have patience, because it's not going to be from one step to another. And a lot of failures, a lot of things that can go wrong and will go wrong. But at the end of the day, if your focus is still there and your consistency, persistence are there, it's going to be there. So those are the people we're looking for.
Yeah.
We didn't get microwave results.
You sure didn't.
It's been a long road.
It's only been 16 years.
It's only been
It's
16
only,
years.
And
And like I said, people just see the final result, but they don't know the sleepless nights, the bank accounts at zero, with a smile on your face, still paying your payroll, and knowing that you got to make it through the next week. And those are things that people don't see, and that's what it really takes to make it. So
Yeah, I love it. I don't want to add nothing else to that, because truly I wanted you guys to see the individuals that I work along with, the visions that we make it happen. Obviously, all of this is with God's help first, because we put our Creator first. But partner yourself with people like that, whether it's your spouse, whether it's, somebody that is in your same vision, because definitely being different, if you're looking for somebody that looks exactly like you and your own mentality, you probably won't have that. But somebody that is willing to put the work, is willing to suffer along with you, because that's what life is all about, growth. You know what? Those are things that you have to put in consideration. And I wanted to switch this. I got an accent. So what, with the people that I work, the one that I build my empire with the ones that we're going to be kicking even more asses this 2023. And I can't wait to see that. And thank you for joining us. And we're going to continue bringing these couples that are working together, that are making things happen, because in life, things is not easy, but it's a choice. And that's a choice that I picked every day, not only to work with my partner, but work with my family member at the same time, that we create something that is worth fighting for and is worth, rewarding that we get. So, guys, thank you so much.
Oh my God, thank you.
Thank you for.
I did want to finish with
Thank
a
you.
hopefully maybe, because I did this with Yuri on the other podcast.
Oh, wow.
So I'll ask Yanira.
What?
Do it. So because this is probably entertaining.
Probably entertaining.
Yeah.
What?
So the
Okay.
craziest story. with
God
the
knows
four
what
of us.
Yanira's going to
The
Oh, my.
Craziest story, or the funniest, or
Oui.
craziest. or
Oui.
what.
You think Janita has a good memory for that?
Yeah, she
I
does.
do. I just don't
It
know
doesn't
which
matter
one
if
I
it's
could
business or
say.
personal. No, you can't. It's uncensored. It's uncensored. You're free, open to say whatever you
The
want.
craziest story
I
with the
said
four
the one.
Gomez.
I said the one about when Jeremy threw up in the limousine and threw the shirt.
Oh
That's
my
questionable. There's no
God!
pictures.
Yes,
That one.
not that
To
one.
know
okay.
that whole, you gotta look at the other podcast.
Episode.
200% live.
200%.
200. Yeah, 200%. Okay, so this is a good one. So the first
Hoping she
time,
doesn't remember.
yeah, I do. So the first time
PG-13.
that we
No, you can do it anywhere.
that
Or-
we took a trip together, the four of
Wow,
us,
which was the first time we took a trip to
Vegas.
Vegas.
Was
It
that
was
the
Vegas.
first
Yeah,
time?
the
Yes.
first time ever that we
Vegas.
took a trip together. So my beautiful sister here,
That's me.
she is my sister, by the way. I love her to death. So she,
What did she do?
well, we were not that close at that moment, right? So we were getting to,
Know each other.
mingle with each other, not commingle, right?
commingle.
Mingle with each other and so on. So so we're in this restaurant, and that became a club after. And I see her, that she sees me, that I order an apple martini, right? So she goes, let me
Apple
try it.
martini.
So she tries it and she's like, oh my God, this is so good. So she started ordering her own apple martinis. So by the time she's ordered the fifth one, I'm like, wow, she must have really liked it. I hope she knows what she's drinking,
I hate
right?
apple martinis now.
So yeah, so by the sixth one, this girl comes and asks my husband for a cigarette. And she goes, what is this bitch doing? Don't you know that is her man? And we're like, oh,
Somebody
shit.
was asking him for a cigarette, not me.
Yeah, no, I said this woman.
Other
So,
woman.
so we're like, okay, we gotta go. So we left. We went somewhere else drinking. Long story short, we were staying at Palazzo, was it? Or
Caesar
at the
Palace.
Caesar Palace. So we come back to the hotel, and the moment we walked in, security guard goes like, oh, guys, you know, you're wasted, whatever. And my husband goes like, no, she's okay. We're staying here.
She's with me. She's
yeah,
good.
so he
Like,
shows
she's
the key.
intoxicated.
She's solid.
guys.
She's
So
solid.
he shows the key, whatever. And he's like, okay, whatever. So we sat down by the tables waiting for one to open for us to play because we were listening to her.
I told him,
that
let's
she
go
wanted
play
to
blackjack.
Go play blackjack.
And I go, babe, go buy
Intoxicated.
her a coffee. She's going to be fine. And I stay with her. They go to buy the coffee. And Gia goes like very pretty like this on top of the table. And I'm like, Gia, everything is going to be fine. We're going to bring you the
We're
coffee.
talking Caesar's Palace, 2 a.m, Vegas, full
And-
of people.
Full of people. And all of a sudden, Gia goes, bleh. On top of the table, all the asparagus that we ate. I mean,
Oh, damn.
oh my God. And the security guard looks at Yuri and you goes, I got it.
gonna
He
take her to
just
the room.
grabbed her by the arm and grabbed Jeremy on the other arm and he just threw them on the bed in the
It was
room.
a tough night.
So it was a really fun
It was so
night.
tough that it cost us like another $2,000 because I couldn't fly the
We
following
couldn't
day.
fly the next day.
Like,
That's right.
listen, whatever you guys want, I cannot get on an airplane. I still remember. After that, I hate any type of martini. I hate apple martini are the worst in the whole entire universe.
But that started an amazing relationship of drunkenness in many other
Drunk-
times.
Wow.
Not that we have any problem with alcohol.
No, that's the fun
That
times.
definitely we knew that we could be vulnerable with each other, and
Yes,
from there
take
on,
care of each other.
and from there it's been a great adventure.
Yes.
It's been a great adventure. So
That's the PG-13 version, by the way.
oh yeah, to
Yeah,
that
she
story.
said a lot more things.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that.
There's
In the line to the
60%.
taxi.
Yes, we're gonna leave it there.
For the next one, just take that
Cheers,
one.
mi familia.
Cheers,
Salud.
cheers, cheers.
cheers,
Salud,
cheers.
salud.
Follow, download, comment, whatever you guys wish. I love you. Bye.
Bye.